Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Maria, and today I'm going to briefly outline for you what is Northern Cyprus. The Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is located in an island called Cyprus, right? Cyprus is divided into two parts. We have the Republic of Cyprus and we have the northern part of Cyprus, which is Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. TRNC takes about 33% of the total land space of the island. And why is the island divided into two parts? Let me give you a brief outline of the story. Prior to 1974, there were Turkish Cypriots living on the island and there were Greek Cypriots living on the island, and they were all mixed, right? Greece decided that they will unite the island altogether, Republic of Cyprus, with the Greek land itself, right? And that's when they invaded the island and started basically suppressing Turkish population, right? Because they wanted to get rid of it. And that's when Turkey has come to rescue the population of Turkish Cypriots, right? And to protect them. And that's when Turkey has taken that part of the island under its protection, right? Where Turkish Cypriots could move to and live peacefully without being suppressed. So that happened in 1974. The conflict lasted only for 3 days. It wasn't too long. But ever since then, the island is divided into two parts, where in the northern territories, northern part of Cyprus, by the name of TRNC, that's where Turkish Cypriot population lives, and the Republic of Cyprus is occupied with Greek Cypriots. Even though the conflict lasted only for 3 days and took place in 1974, Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus declared its independence only in 15th of November of 1983. Ever since then, we do have our own president, we do have our own parliament, and we do act as an independent state, but we are only recognized by Turkey. Neither of the other countries across the globe do recognize this part of the island as a separate country. And of course, we do not have any direct flights being conducted to Northern Cyprus other than via Turkey. So if you want to get to Northern Cyprus by plane, you can either fly from any European, Western, any of the countries in the world via Turkey, where you will have to change the plane to come directly to Northern Cyprus. Either you can fly to the south, to Larnaca Airport or Paphos Airport, and then cross the border and come to the northern part. So, Northern Cyprus, the official language that is spoken in here is Turkish Cypriot language. Of course, it's practically the same as Turkish, but then we have our own dialect. We use Turkish lira as the main means of currency, but aside of Turkish lira, of course, pounds, dollars, euros, you can basically pay with any currency among those three European currencies, anywhere in a restaurant, in a shop. If you go to pay for any municipality, anything, basically, you can use any of those European currencies to pay for the services. Crypto is widely used over here. And aside of the offices that we have in every single corner where you can exchange crypto for cash, some of the services and some of the shops and even restaurants, they already do adopt crypto as a means of payment. So in some of the instances, you can even acquire a car or a property using crypto. Another interesting fact about Northern Cyprus is the fact that every single town has two names, right? The capital of Northern Cyprus is Nicosia. That has another name by the name of Lefkosia. We have another main city by the name of Girne, Kyrenia, right? We also have, let's say, Famagusta. That's another big city. The second name for it would be Magosa. So, and so forth. So majority of the towns in here, they do have a couple of names, so do not get confused. And if you hear Girne or Kyrenia, just know it's the same city. Climate, I would say, is one of the best ones on earth in Northern Cyprus. It's very mild with practically 10 months of summer within a year time. So we have 330 sunny days per year, and the winter season lasts from somewhere mid-end of December till about end of February, okay? So January and February are generally the coldest months that we get. But again, when I say coldest, in the sense that the outside temperature would vary anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees, depending whether it's cloudy or not. At nighttime, the temperature can go down to +10, sometimes +8. So that would be a regular temperature over nighttime during January and February periods, right? The best seasons that we get is spring and autumn. That's when the temperature is very comfortable. And let's say if during springtime, the average temperature would be anywhere from 20 to 25 degrees on a daily basis, the sea is somewhat still slightly chilly to swim. But again, it depends on nationality. I mean, we being as Cypriots, we become really spoiled and we want our waters to be very warm. But for people coming from Europe, even during March or April, water feels comfortable enough for them to swim. So I would say swimming season starts somewhere at the beginning, mid of April, depending on the year. But of course, you wouldn't find any Cypriots swimming. You would only see European people coming here for the vacation swim during that period. Hot season begins, I would say, somewhere mid of May. That's when all beach clubs are open. That's when they get filled up with people, right? Whether they are locals or comers for tourism. And then that lasts all the way until mid of October or even end of October. Yeah, that's when officially season ends. The water is really warm during autumn time. The temperature again becomes very comfortable, just like it is during spring. So it's somewhat similar, like anywhere from 20, 25, 26 degrees. But then the water is very warm for swimming, and it's so much pleasure to swim in the water, in the warm water, when it's not that hot outside. So why people choose Northern Cyprus? For relocation or come here for a visit? Let's talk about relocants first. First of all, Northern Cyprus. I mean, it's the climate, right? It's the easy residency, it's the climate, it's the British education, English widely spoken. That's something I didn't mention. Everybody speaks English in here on some sort of level. We virtually have no crime. We have zero tolerance to it. Anyone who misbehaves gets deported immediately. So the police presence is very strong in here. Police is very nice, and they do their job very well when it comes to criminals. So in here, you can feel very safe. There is no homeless people outside. There is no beggars outside. There is no substance abuse outside they will be able to witness. So it's a very friendly, safe type of environment. People are very friendly as well. Another reason to attract people for relocation, I would say, is the fact that there is no means of financial control, right? In here, if you bring your assets over here, because we're outside of the EU, nobody's going to ask you where you got this money from. Nobody's going to ask you to show any sort of papers to prove your assets. You bring your assets, you deposit into the bank. It's very safe to keep money in the banks in here. No other third country is going to find out how much money you have in the bank because, again, Northern Cyprus is not recognized, so it doesn't exchange the information with any third countries. So as bad as it is, or maybe it's good as it is, some people assess it in a different way, so it's up to you how you see it. So that's the important thing to note, especially of the fact that, since crypto is widely used and accepted and legal in here, crypto enthusiasts or people who conduct business remotely that's linked to crypto or I don't know, any sort of trade, they feel themselves very comfortable over here. All of what I've said might sound amazing because there's plenty of entertainment, things to do, British education, safety, all of that, freedom, all of that is very exciting. Oh, easy residency. Easy residency is another fact. If you come here with the money, if you can buy your apartments or villa, if you can show money in the bank, you are sorted. To get residency takes virtually no time as far as you have the assets to support yourself while you're here. So why do people choose this island for their vacation? I will tell you honestly. Well, first of all, we are a lot cheaper when it comes to leisure and tourism comparing to European countries. So you get the same type of service with same type of beaches and the climate and all of that, at a cheaper cost. That would be one reason. We have so many historical sites in Northern Cyprus with historical heritage. It's unbelievable. Just to name a few, we have a Karenian Castle that's located in Girne. We have Saint Ilarion Castle that's located up in the mountains opposite from Girne. We have ruins of Salamis. We have Belapais Abbey. We have plenty of places like that you can go and see that's being saved up to today's date, and they're fascinating. We have a lot of untouched places like beachfronts of Dikarpas. Dikarpas is a special place, right? It's very heavily protected by the government in terms of construction. There is practically virtually no construction going on. And the only villages that you can find, they're positioned about 3 kilometers away from the seafront. Only things that you can see on the seafront is absolutely amazing sandy coast, absolutely empty, absolutely untouched, beautiful, clean, with occasional little restaurants, open restaurants being built just for your convenience with little bungalows and places to sit that do provide you with sunbeds, basically. And of course, convenient things like toilets and places to wash yourself, showers, etc. It's incredible feeling when you are on the beach by yourself, just within your small group of people that you go there. It's absolutely beautiful. The water is so clean. And of course, the less population there are, the cleaner water might seem, right? If you want to go there for a few nights and you don't want to rent a fancy hotel, you can actually find bungalow that can accommodate up to 3 people. That was my last journey with the kids. 3 of us stayed in a bungalow that belonged to one of the families for 65 euros, and that included breakfast. And breakfast, my dear friends, were individually cooked and served for each one of us. So if you want to go to the Carpats, enjoy absolutely untouched coast with no people around, with yellow sand and absolutely amazingly clean water, then that place would be the best fit for you. And of course, if you just decide to come to Northern Cyprus for some time to visit the place, you can get a visa-free entry for up to 90 days. That is a very convenient thing as well for a lot of nationals, that they don't have to acquire a visa to come and spend time in this island. That's pretty much all, my dear friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. And of course, if you'd like to comment or add any extra information, comment below and I'll happily support the conversation with you. As well as that, do not forget to subscribe to my Telegram channel, because that's where you'll be able to find a lot of useful information on the change of the legislation that relates to property acquisition or market patterns or prices or even second-hand options. And of course, if you do have any specific inquiry and you would like to speak in person, write to me directly. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.